to go big, of course, you'll have to take risks.
But is every risk worth taking? If it's tangible, say an 80% chance that it can work, that's when trying something new becomes a calculated risk and not a reckless one. I'm someone who calls spade a spade. Has it worked for me? Debatable, but at least everyone knows where the spade is. Whether it's friendships, relationships, I believe everything should come full circle.
And that's what it matters to me in work also. I like to take up projects that I will be able to see the result. There is only an 80 to 90% chance that the event will go as per plan, because there are a lot of things that are out of your control. And so there is this 10%, 15 or 20% where there is going to be an issue. And you need somebody to be able to act quickly and solve that problem. Bye. When do I know I'm actually going big is I ask this question, is this too much? And if I feel uncomfortable, it means I'm going big. We are not whispering anymore. We are going to do something that people can't ignore but notice. Zoho is a global software company. We make tools for work, lots of them. Sales, finance, support, ops, we got everything sorted. Over 130 million people use Zoho every day to keep their business running. Zoholics is a user conference, but not the usual buttoned-up conference. So it's where our customers, partners, and our teams come together to talk, learn, laugh, and maybe even overshare a bit.
You will see this being clear, right? And so those are the things we have to learn from. That is the thing that we take inspiration from.
Personally, I should say that Kenya is one of my favorite markets to work because we were able to experiment a lot of formats of events there. So we have Akilan Marimuthu, he leads events marketing.
People think events are glamorous, spotlight, celebrities, fun, entertainment. But you know what I see? Never-ending sound checks, sweaty rehearsals, chaos at food counters, non-working printers, and backup plans for backup plans.
During a conversation about Zoholics, one of the most important points that Haidan Nizambu is the president for Middle Eastern Africa and also my boss. He was saying we should probably double up the number of attendees. So first I want to understand what are all the issues that we faced last time. And we have to make sure that we are not repeating those things because the technology is improved.
So when they wanted to make it big, the only agenda or the only focus which we had was we need to double the numbers. Let's make it the benchmark for the region, and if we really push it hard, let's make it benchmark for the whole of Zoho. We had an initial meeting with the team. So Rakesh is someone who is an executor, I would say. When you want to get a task done, you just tell him that this has to be done. That's it. As an executor, he will find his own ways in getting done.
Madhu?
Yeah.
Coming to Madhu, she is a planner. Before getting it done, it's like you sharpen the axe for 45 minutes, and you get the tree down in like 5 minutes.
So the Chennai team is the core events team. So anything that has to do with logistics, vendor management, venue management, everything is handled from Chennai. And obviously the recce and execution of those things, or like, looking at things physically, is done by the team in Kenya. But all of us know our roles that we play. So it was pretty straightforward.
Hi team. We just thought we will have an initial discussion about Zoholics Kenya. We can start thinking about ideas. So we just want to come up with a pool of ideas and then finalize. These are the things which we can do. 2025. When we decided that we wanted to do this big and we zeroed down on a number, there is very handful of venues that's available or like is there in Kenya. The team that's locally present, Veera, Zoe, will be like checking all the venues, and there's going to be a venue visit that's going to happen.
Mostly suggest my ideas on 2 areas, KCC and Sarit Center. We can look into that, but my choice would still be towards Sarit. And we should start the promo earlier if you want to reach that magical 1,000+ numbers.
So the first meeting, I was very excited because this is the first time we're doing 1,000 people Zoholics, I mean, at least in this region, this is the first time we are doing, and I was so glad that I was a part of the, planning team. After entering the meeting room, Pinky sent us a list of things that we have to do. Vaishnavi had her set of things to do, and Akilan had his set of things to do, and we only had this much space.
At Zoho, everything is done by the employees. Generally, in other organizations, if you see when they are doing an event, it is executed by a third party. You go and just attend the event and come. You don't have even marketers doing it. You probably have a marketing team working on it, but it's usually with the agency. Zoho, everything is done in-house.
Hi Vishnu.
Hey, hi.
இப்போதான் email பார்த்தேன் Kenya Zoholicsக்கு. Venue confirm ஆயிடுச்சு. August 8th, Sarit Expo Center.
August 8th, என்ன நாள்?
It's Friday.
Okay, Friday works then. Okay.
So now as we have finalized the venue, I would say like 20% of the back-end work is done. If these 2 things fall in place, then the remaining things would be a bit of, okay, we know the drill.
When you go to a zoo or when you go to a reserve, a forest, you don't see the animals doing the same thing every day. The same animals, but they do different things every day. That's something I would say is very interesting about events, because it's the same events, but different stories, different problems every day.
So now we need to brainstorm and decide on what is the overall theme, what is the look and feel of the whole event.
So how we work with the design team is obviously we give them the theme and they come up with multiple options, and then the local team is involved to review and see if the elements or any images that are used are not culturally or contextually wrong.
The next step is starting with the registrations, sending out promotions and everything, but the starting step of it is the page for the event, the landing page for the event.
We eat our own dog food, so we use our own event management software, Zoho Backstage, and every event we do runs on it. Thousands of them globally. Landing page, check-ins, everything.
I wanted to tell you this. You work very closely with Pinky because they've already started shooting for the promotional videos. You'll have to ask the design team to work on the templates for emailers, and the emailers also have to be very different. Let us not replicate anything that we did earlier.
I'm assuming it's going to be a 4-digit number. So obviously they will expect the email campaigns to perform well, both in quality as well as in quantity, the number of campaigns that we send out. Okay. So I spoke to Pinky regarding this as well. Are there any ad hoc or special campaigns you're trying to do this time? By bringing in any influencers or something?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, because even we were waiting for those brand elements to kind of be published, because it's important that every messaging has the same look and feel. So we wanted to firstly see that and then decide if there would be any ad hoc and if we can do any structural messaging. But for now, we are balancing the both. What will go out on socials versus what will people experience as the entire brand experiential that we will be giving them.
So talking about Kenya Zoholics, another big thing which we are actually planning to do is have exhibitors like Zoho's partners exhibit and showcase what they're actually doing in the Kenyan market.
We have at least 3 partners in Kenya who have already shown interest. And as far as Zoho goes, I think we're only going to cover the cost of the setup. It is not the profit center for us.
Exactly.
So whichever vendor would be able to give us the deliverables in standardization with our marketing guidelines, covering the basic setup should be good.
In terms of finding an exhibitor, we collaborate with the partner team.
So I did speak to Mary. We did share the prospectus as well.
Okay.
Let me know what will be the next step, and we can share the deliverables and other things. Let me know what is the next step.
Sure. I will update all the details in the Backstage, and I will also take it live, and I will share the Backstage link to the partners in the welcome email.
So when it comes to the agenda discussion, this is not something that we decided today. Earlier there were times when we used to do 2 days, post lunch we'll break and have 2 tracks or 3 tracks. But what happened was that customers felt that they were missing out on parallel sessions that were happening. So this time we've decided that we will do 1 day, 1 track where we will focus on the top products.
Another interesting part would be the selection of food and beverages. That is a heart of an event, I would say. When we do an event in a hotel, it's completely different. But when we do an event in a convention center, it has its own challenges because the food has to be outsourced. We are just working with multiple catering companies to finalize on what we are gonna have as F&B.
To be very honest, our lunch breaks and our coffee breaks are actually being about Zoholics Kenya for the past few months. I haven't been a part of what it takes to do everything manual, so I've been using Backstage ever since I joined. But I've heard from my seniors saying what it takes usually on a registration desk. So I've heard them writing the names of the attendees on a card manually or pre-printing them. But when you use Backstage, you don't have to go through all of these. You just have to get the name of the person, you just have to type, and you just have to print, or else you can even scan and you can get the printing done.
So after the meeting which we had with the brand marketing team and the design team and everything, I just had one thing in mind. We just wanted to make sure that any part of the event should look good, should have something for the audience to engage with.
So I'm guessing because this is Kenya Zoholics, we are going to go for a very energetic, vibrant sort of theme and color palette. Yep.
Correct. Yeah, that's correct.
So we'll then carry on that sort of theme along the entire set of creatives that we are coming for, and I'll try to complement that with the content as well.
We try to keep the theme as close as Kenyan. It's try to merge the Indian culture with the Kenyan culture, because end of the day it is an Indian company, but we also want to show that we are very locally rooted, and obviously the majority of people working in Kenya are the locals.
Zoe, quick one. So regarding the entertainment activity for Zoholics in between the lunch breaks and the coffee breaks, what is your idea on that?
Yeah, so basically for this year the plan is we engage the Bombers of Kenya. So Bombers of Kenya is like the cultural preservation heritage for the country.
Now comes the real action, I would say. The small things that actually take the event to the next level, but the challenges that come along with these things are bigger. The event logistics.
So basically we are working with multiple vendors from India and Kenya also. The initial one was from India, which we worked with our Zoho in-house procurement team. They procure things from India and we send it to Kenya through the courier services.
ஈஸியஸ்ட்டை பேசியாச்சு இல்லைக்கா நானியாஸ் அண்ட் ஐடி கார்ட்ஸ் அவங்ககிட்ட கோஆர்டினேட் பண்ணி டெலிவரி வரைக்கும் கென்யாவில் பார்த்துருவேன்.
I think it's going to be lit. It's going to be buzzing with a lot of energy, ideas, learning, fun, and that's how I think Zoholics Kenya is going to be lit.
So to put it very precise, the moment I started from my home, the only thought that was running in my mind was what kind of event this is going to be. It's done. The moment we landed in Kenya, though it was late in the evening, and our initial plan was to like go and check the venue and making sure that everything is like what we are going to do, how we are going to picture it, was planned for the next day morning.
The travel was usual, just like any other travel, but we had a little of, hiccups. We had to clear customs. We had to stand there for a very long time. Other than that, it's a beautiful country and a very warm country, and it's a very friendly country. First thing in my mind was it was one of the biggest venues that I've ever seen. This is not my first Zoholics, but however, this is the first Zoholics where I'm witnessing a very big venue.
Something that I would love to do the moment I go into the venue the one day before the event is like take a complete walkthrough. I put myself in a spot where when a customer walks in on the next day, okay, what is the experience that they're going to take? So when I take a complete walkthrough and understand that, okay, this is where things are placed, that changes the perception, or that gives an idea that, okay, this can be a little bit better. Move it as much as behind possible, okay? So maybe you can just put it this way, okay, and this will be the view.
Before the event, we had a lot of partition on what the things that I have to do and the things Rakesh has to do and the things Akilan has to do. But when we are there in the venue, there are no, divisions, there are no partitions. Every work is everyone's work.
30% of the work happens before the event and 70% happens on ground. So to make sure that that is a complete 100%, the team who actually designed it, the team who was responsible to put the colors to the design, has to be there on ground to make sure what was the idea behind the design if it's getting actually executed. Momo Pencil project 2023. You would have given a design for literacy in all 4 colors.
Okay.
Elongate that design to this size. Red color.
Okay.
So newspapers will be in white, contrasted red color.
For the top portion in the portion இருக்குல இங்க வந்து newspaper தான் வரணும்.
Newspaper. Okay.
அந்த சீவனா newspaper தான் இருக்கு.
So when there is an event that's happening in a new country and people from multiple places travel, there will be a lot of first-time meetings, first-time greetings happening. They would have had a lot of conversations happen over a phone call or chats, but that will be the first time they would meet. So that is the enthusiasm which will be there prevailing in that whole environment.
On ground, for us, the event starts with briefing and ends with debriefing.
So before the briefing meeting, me, Akilan and Rakesh, we had to sit together, list down a lot of things because the team, the travelers basically, they've arrived to Kenya and we had to take them through the whole of venue and we had to make sure we don't miss out on points that we need to communicate.
Myself or the team who's working till that moment might be a bit serious and on and off.
So when we do the briefing, right, so automatically the reality starts sinking in.
So what we have seen over the years is people try to be on time when it comes to Kenya. So if the event starts at 9, they will be here by 8:45 or something.
So we have this AI booth, right? Right next to it, we have 2 demo
units.
pods that are going to be set up. If there's somebody asking for a demo or something as such and you want to have conversation, you want to show them the product, you can definitely take them to that booth and stand there and have a conversation.
Zoholics any day is a festival. So like how one day before the festival, all the friends or family would actually come together and helping them with multiple things that's going to happen. Packing the giveaway bags for customers or preparing the ID cards for the next day, making sure that all the printers are charged and getting ready. So it is not only the event marketing team who actually gets it done, but each and every person who's there on ground pull up their sleeves and come give their support completely in getting this thing done. So that makes it a very personalized festival rather than something that is actually being outsourced or like given to a company, or we don't completely believe in that. And once that's done, we just go for a dinner and yeah, everyone disperse, go to sleep. Oh, not us, them.
Kellen, ready for the day?
An event is definitely not a bed of roses, I would say.
Personally, I believed that, we had a lot of time. I thought we would finish the whole setup by 7 o'clock, but nothing happened at 7.
Still they haven't got this up, Gopi. It's what? 7:30 hour.
This one is done.
No, this brown boxes.
The brown boxes we are putting this sheets.
It's getting late, Gopi. Seriously, it's getting late. When this should have been done, yaar. Excuse me. Lift. Sorry?
Yeah,
you only one ladder?
No, we have put the ladder. We have just put it down here.
Can you please lift it up? It's getting late, yaar. Dominic, screens. What is the problem?
I go through the same walk which I did at an empty venue, at a venue that was under production. Now, in a complete structure which we designed or which we thought about for months together.
I'm a grammar police, so I was just looking for issues here and there. And I was taking pictures and I saw Akilan walking towards me and he was like, is there a problem? So yeah, that's the kind of mood I bring into the venue. But I think mostly everything was done well.
We registered 1,000 people in 1 hour. If you run events, you know that's no joke.
While I was also looking there and having conversations with customers and partners, I was constantly on the organizer app for Backstage because I wanted to take a screenshot of us touching 1,000. I was very happy about it. It felt like a win, that I had to celebrate.
And then, we started this show on a good note.
Good morning, everyone.
So this is a proper Zoholics experience, right? You're here to come, you're here to learn, experience, to network, and to do a whole lot of things, right? So to start with,
we had presentations going, and I had to send the presenters, and I also make sure the show is on time, which is very important.
So you will have a different view. There was only standard view. It's about the usage, the role-based view. Right now, or the way it has been being used is CRM is for the salespeople. So they onboard the customers. So CRM is being used only by the sales team.
Now, push it. Sound. Every time you do this. Wait.
The only issue was like after the event started, we had a problem with the AV.
So we had an entertainment activity before the event. So the people were dancing at the stage. They pulled off the cables in between the LED panels.
The AV issues, the clickers and the mics, these issues, no matter how much you are prepared, these issues are inevitable. It happens always. But we made sure we were quick enough to resolve it before it was actually known to the audience. So we were quick enough to solve that.
We had a lot of sponsors, most of them who were our partners. So I went and chit-chat with them on what they were expecting about the event. Usually when we're doing Zoholics, it just doesn't stop with Zoholics, because parallelly we also do a press conference, and we were talking about our growth numbers and a few other announcements that we've made globally.
When an event at Zoho has been felt like a festival, what is a festival without a food?
So food and beverages was quite something which we planned prior to the event day. In the registration form, we collected the dietary requirements also.
We have to make sure, the show is on time, because even though there are delays in the lunch breaks and the coffee breaks, we have to make sure the audience come back. We as a team, we thought we could do something, we had a small entertainment planned on the stage, but we quickly discussed and we made sure it is coming through the, lunch hall. That was actually not in the plan, but we did it at the last minute.
It went to a point where they were actually not on their chairs, dancing along with the people who are actually performing and completely gelling with them. When it's almost half day through and people break for lunch and they start to have lunch, settle down, have conversations, there would be a feeling that any even marketer would get, that yes, the BP that got raised in the morning actually slows down.
For me, the show is 80% done once the lunch is done. So I was relieved. I started relaxing.
Most people that I had conversations with were happy about the sessions, and they were excited about the AI session in particular, because we were initially planning to do 4 sessions, but I think we ended up doing 7. The most interesting thing is our support team was able to do 300 plus one-on-one sessions.
The rest of the day goes by itself. All we need to do is make sure we run things on time. We make sure the presenters are getting mic'd up and finishing their sessions on time.
So this is the most favorite time for any event folk, because there is a kind of happiness that you get, or a satisfaction you get once you finish an event, when you see the people, when you see their faces, when you notice that, that they're happy. That is something which actually, drives me every day.
After completing the Zoholics at the 5 o'clock and the debriefing happens, so everyone was clapping for us.
These are the numbers. We got around 1,637 registrations and 1,108 people turned up. But I think there were also a few people, we let them walk in that we did not check in, but we knew that they had registered. So it must be somewhere around 1,050. Thank you so much. And this is the third largest Zoholics ever done globally in Zoho. So it is a big win for us.
So that's the moment we thought we done a good job.
And we also had to thank ourselves, pat our shoulders for the good job that you've done. And yes, that's, that's how we wrapped Zoholics Kenya 2025.
There are no lone wolves in event marketing. Great events are created by great teams, and great tech amplifies teamwork.